I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. The clock was gonna strike midnight. Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all this way back when. I told y'all this during the season preview. I told y'all during the schedule preview. I probably told you during the draft show. I know I told you plenty of times on Soft Sports that the clock was gonna strike midnight. I told y'all the clock was gonna strike midnight. I've been trying to tell y'all the clock was gonna strike midnight. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football. Houston Texans football. Today we're gonna break down and recap the Houston Texans victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 20-7 in Jacksonville. Let's talk about this game because now your Houston Texans are, because the Titans lost to the Chargers. Thank you, Mike Vrabel, for that call, because I would have not wanted my team to go for on that two-point conversion. I would try to go the way your defense was playing in that second half. I would try to go to overtime. But hey, it is what it is. Now the Houston Texans are the sole first place of the AFC South, which where we belong. Now we have a game on Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins. Luckily that game is at home, but we've got through the toughest part of the schedule because our three divisional opponents, we've played them all on the road. So the next three are at home. The next three are in RG. And luckily, we are 2-1 out of the division. But anyway, let's talk about this. Houston Texans victory versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see here. What do I want to start off on? What should I start off on? Let's start off on the defense. The defense came out and played extremely well. Made them bench Blake Bortles in the second half. Or was it the third quarter? It was right after he made that second fumble. I can't remember exactly when did he fumble. Yeah, it was in the second half because he fumbled. We scored a touchdown. We made it 20-0, and that's when they benched him. So yeah, they benched him after the 20-0 after he had a second fumble. And to be honest, Blake Bortles actually got a lot of drop passes in today's game. I think Blake Bortles is better than Cody Kessler. But then bringing in Kessler, yeah, he got him a touchdown. He let him down the field and got him a little touchdown. That's more so, when backup quarterbacks come in most of the time. When backup quarterbacks go in, you seen it last week when Josh Allen got hurt and they put in Nathan Peterman. Nathan Peterman walked him in and got him a touchdown. That just happens sometimes when you get when a new quarterback come in. The defense has a scheme against his quarterback. He come up and boom, boom. He kind of firing on all cylinders because he's hyped because he finally get to play. Especially when a situation like this, when you haven't been moving the football and you trying to ignite a spark, that does ignite the spark. That does the change does ignite the spark. Most times because players like, damn, I don't want to be the next one to get benched. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me get this. So they got him a touchdown. I do think that Blake Bortles is slightly better than Cody Kessler, but that's not saying much. But the Texans defense came out there and suffocated the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars could not move the ball. Outside their drive that they got their touchdown on, the Jags could not move the ball. So the Texan defense played extremely well. Clowney got him 2 sacks today. Merciless finally got him a sack, got him a straight sack. JJ had some pressures. Didn't get home, but he had a sack. Honey Badger got him a sack and got him Honey Badger got him a sack and also got him a pick. And I think Whitney Merciless also got the first fumble on Blake Bortles. So Whitney Merciless has 2 fumbles today, 2 forced fumbles today. So Whitney Merciless played a good game. So either Merciless, I wouldn't be surprised if Merciless or Clowney becomes Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, Clowney had 2 sacks and a fumble recovery. Merciless had 2 forced fumbles and a sack. So who knows exactly what happens with other defenses from AFC teams do this week. But the defense played extremely well. I was glad to see the defense play as well as it played. On the offensive end, Deshaun didn't have that many yards. They only 130 some yards, but no turnovers. No turnovers from the offense at all. A clean day. No fumbles, no picks. So he finally got a game without a pick. We finally got to see a game, man. He got him a touchdown. Today was one of those defensive struggle games. And for people who've been talking and been bashing the offense for the past couple of weeks, talking about the offense have been looking good and we've been winning ugly games. As Texan fans, what we need to do, we need to sit back. We need to kind of enjoy these wins One is because they wins. But appreciate these defensive wins. And the reason why, because last year, when Deshaun was clicking on all cylinders and was extremely explosive, we was losing games. Outside that Titan game and that Cleveland Brown game, the other games that Deshaun exploded in, we lost. Patriots, Cincinnati, we had 5 touchdowns, no picks. At Seattle, over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. What was it, like almost 100 yards rushing. Like when we had explosive games from Deshaun Watson, we still ended up with L's because the defense didn't hold up in the bargain. So as long as you get the dub, appreciate the win. I know things we got to break down, we got to criticize, and I get that. I understand that. But we need to also sit back sometimes and appreciate the wins when we get them. Remember, it was not too long ago, this team was 0-3. And I think people kind of misunderstood what I made the video saying about the team being 0-3 and could we be forgiven for the 0-3 start. I meant in a standings way, not from the fan base. I think the fans, because people said we've been forgiven, we've always forgiven and we never have anything change. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm not even talking about the organization. What I'm talking about is in the standings. Because how they always talk about, like, every time a team goes 0 whatever, no team makes the playoffs after this, and no team makes the playoffs after that. Every situation is different. Most of the time, those 0-3 teams are just bad football teams. Those 0-3 teams turn out to be 2-14 teams, 1-15 teams, things like that. For the most part, the Texans climbed their way out of that 0-3 hole and won 4 straight. How'd they win them? I mean, you can say, I know people have been saying, the Dallas, that we got bailed out by Nathan Peterman, got bailed out by the Dallas coach, got bailed out by the Colts coach. Hey, a dub is a dub, a win is a win. Wasn't no bailouts today, unless you're gonna say Del Marone bailed us out by benching Blake Bortles. Unless that's what you're gonna say. But when Blake Bortles was out there, they was down 20-0. He fumbled the ball twice. So, special teams was putting Jacksonville in great for us, but bad field position for the Jags. I think they averaged the possession was on the 15-yard line. Like they had, it was plenty of times they were inside the 5. I know one time they was even on the 1. Great field position for us. Like we were always in good field position thanks to Trevor Daniels and the rest of the special team unit, and also Bill O'Brien playing chess, not checkers. Sometimes, hey, I need to make this matchup that way I can punt the ball over here. And then actually, we didn't even punt the ball that many times, to be honest with you. We mostly drove the ball, and like the touchdown drive that Lamar Miller got, that was a beautiful drive. That was probably one of the best drives I've seen this year. And speaking of that, this is probably one of Lamar's best games as a Houston Texan. Lamar, it wasn't a splashy game because he only had 800 yards, 22 carries for 100 yards. But they were decisive runs. They were strong runs. They were runs up the middle. Those are powerful runs. Runs in key situations. Runs that he got big gains to take a punt situation and get us in the field goal range so we can get 3s. Things like that. Little bitty nuances like that people don't take. That people don't think about. Like, oh man, that was just a garbage time run. No, that run meant something because if he got a no gain or 2-yard gain or whatever, you punt the football. That takes 3 points off the board. He got you into field goal range. And you were able to kick the field goal and get a 13-0 lead or a 6-0 lead, wherever the case was on that Pacific punt. I mean, on that Pacific field goal attempt. With the Texans now taking the lead of the AFC South, everything's in front of them. Like I was saying when I made my last video, all you gotta do is match Jacksonville and Tennessee win for win, loss for loss, and beat them when you get them, and you are in the driver's seat. Now you're a game ahead. Both Jacksonville and the Titans are 3-4. I think Jacksonville just lost their third straight game. I think Jacksonville and Tennessee both just lost their third straight. So all 3 teams have had 3-game losing streaks. Well, actually, all the teams in the division have had a 3-game losing streak in this season so far, and which means that kind of feeds back into the noise about the division being mediocre. But I don't give a damn if the division is great or mediocre. All I care about is at the end of the year, the Texans are the #1 team in this division. The Texans win the AFC South. That's all I care about. I don't care less of how this division is perceived or thought of. I can care less because it's not college football when you got to get votes and your strength of schedule matters to get into the tournament. Nah, just get me into the damn tournament. But I want to talk about the way this offensive line played. For the past 2 games, at least, I know for a fact Dallas and Buffalo, that the offensive line was horrid. Today, the offensive line played a little bit better, slightly. Deshaun was able to get out of pressure. Deshaun was able to move, and you can definitely tell the difference between last week Deshaun, this week Deshaun. You can tell that Deshaun was more healthier this week than he was last week. You can definitely tell that Deshaun was more healthier today. Like, he ran them all way more excitedly. He looked it like himself when he moved out the pocket. He was quicker to run, and he made good runs. And like I said, he takes more hits in the pocket than he does running the football. So him running the football was not a problem. Him having him design runs, it's not a problem. Stop comparing him to RG3. That's a lazy ass comparison. You know why? Because he does not take hits when he runs the football. He slides, he gets down, he gets out of bounds. He does not take hits. The only time he took hits was against that Dallas game because he was trying to punch into the end zone. I think the pressure of it's Sunday Night Football, it's against the Cowboys, he's a Texan, he all the noise. I think he just wanted to get in the end zone. Other than that, Deshaun does a very good job of getting out and not getting hit. Like I said, no one watched RG3. No, I don't really think nobody watched RG3 the way I used to watch RG3 all the time at Baylor and at Washington. RG3 took unnecessary hits, and he didn't know how to slide. This is not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is leaps and bounds a more better decisive runner, more athletic, and know how to slide and get himself out of trouble than RG3 ever was. RG3 might be a little bit more accurate than Deshaun, but as far as when it comes to running the football, and RG3 is faster, but when it comes to running the football, like the art of running the football, Deshaun's a way better runner, and he's a better pure pocket passer. He doesn't need funky design read option all the time and get him out the pocket to throw. He can sit in the pocket and deliver passes. He can step up in the pocket and deliver passes. And he did that today on some of those passes. Like I said, Lamar Miller played the best game he's ever played. In my opinion, the way he ran more aggressively, more assertively. The offensive line looked better from a running standpoint. It looked more like it did those first 2 weeks of the season when we ran the ball extremely well. That's how today's look. We was able to stop the run. Now, TJ Yeldon, I like TJ Yeldon. TJ Yeldon was a little weapon today for Jacksonville and got Jacksonville out of trouble a lot of times. I know he was the one who dropped that pass that Honey Badger ended up picking off. But like the announcer said, that was more of a fatigue drop because TJ Yeldon was doing everything for him today. TJ Yeldon was doing everything for him today. And I'm going to talk about Jacksonville for a little minute. Because what I said about Jacksonville is true. I know what a lot of people have been saying for the past couple of weeks, that they're front runners. What I've been saying about Jacksonville is always true. Jacksonville is a damn good defense. A damn good defense. I think Jalen Ramsey and AJ Bouye, y'all know how I feel about AJ Bouye. I think that they're the best 2 corners in the NFL, the best cornerback tandem in the NFL. But if you punch the Jaguars in the mouth first, they do not know how to respond. They do not know how to respond. That's what Dallas did to him last week. That's what Kansas City did to him 2 weeks ago. That's what the Texans did today. We punched them in the mouth, and they didn't know how to respond. Their offense is not capable of comebacks because they don't have the offensive pieces or the offensive players to make those comebacks. And then the defense, as aggressive as they are, start getting down. So you see how they on the sideline arguing with their own damn coaches, ready to fight their own damn coaches. When they get punched in the mouth, like how they punched us in the mouth last year, opening game in Houston. We thought it was going to be a walkthrough. They came in, punched us directly in the mouth. We had egg all on our face. We came in at the same. Now, we didn't embarrass them to the extent that they embarrassed us. But our defense came in there and punched them came and punched their offense in the mouth by forcing the ball over, turn the ball over. And our offense made plays. Hopkins making one-handed catches on Ramsey. Hopkins making the clean-ass catch against Ramsey for the touchdown. We were able to run the ball down their motherfucking throat. Deshaun was able to get out the pocket and scramble and make plays, get crucial first downs. We was able to punch them in the mouth. And if we could continue to play like that, the points will come. The scoring points will come. I know everybody wants like, what's wrong with Deshaun? Why Deshaun not throwing 300, 400 yards, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns? Those are going to come in due time once we get better protection. One, I want to dog pog these wins and let's get to the playoffs with this guy. But when we get better offensive line, better protection, we will be able to get to see this offense in full capacity. Because you might not know this. Now I know the numbers dipped last week because of the injury and also playing against a good defense in Buffalo, and then also today playing against another good defense in Jacksonville. The numbers are going to dip. But coming into last week, the Texans, all statistical standpoints, outside points, was the top 5 offense. I know we don't look like a top 5 offense. The reason why we don't look like a top 5 offense is because we have the worst offensive line in the league. At best, the 30th offensive line in the league. But it's one of those. It's either 30, 31, 32. It's somewhere in that frame of the offensive line. And this team is still, just from a number standpoint, a top 5 offense. So if you give me a mediocre offensive line, if you give me a 15th offensive line, it's going to look and feel like a top 5 offense. Because once you go back and watch the tape and you look at certain things, you're like, well, damn, we do get to the red zone a lot. Damn, we do this a lot. We look like a top 5 offense. But it don't feel like that because of the way the offensive line plays. If the offensive line played better, it would feel more like a top 5 offense. It would look more like a top 5 offense. We wouldn't have to go back and do searching and look like, why is our offense ranked so good? Oh, okay, I see it now. You don't have to do that. You'll be able to know it. It'll look like what Kansas City look like, and the points will come. And I think the points will come as the season gets further along. I think that the points will eventually come in bunches, just like the turnovers are starting to come in bunches. Oh, and before I go, I'm gonna give a big ups to Andre Howe for beating cancer and come back to play this season, and started today. And I don't think he was. I don't think he made the play. Well, he didn't make the play because Whitney Mercer caused the fumble, but he was in on that play with the first fumble recovery when they first made Bortles fumble the football. And for a guy to come back from cancer, was told he had cancer in June or July, and here we are October the 20th or 21st. He's playing a football game already. Like, yeah, big ups to me. Big ups. Now, not many people are told they have cancer and in less than 6 months have beaten the cancer. So big ups to him. My prayers is with you, man, and your family and the rest of your team. And hope you continue to fight. And hope you win comeback player of the year, because just from you stepping on the field today should get you comeback player of the year. Like just from you walking on the field and starting today. No matter what you do, no matter if you don't have no passes deflect, no picks, no tackles, no nothing. Just from you starting today, that should give you comeback player of the year. And I seen like a lot of, I know a lot of people from like the ESPNs and stuff. They posted it on, posted that he was starting today or playing today. And you know, like the internet, I understand the internet. I mean, it gives everybody a voice. I know some people have some stupid things to say. And I'm not even going to even give you that satisfaction of even acknowledging the stupid comments that you made. Just prayers up to this man for able to come back out there and play a football game. Because, I mean, to us, I know, like, we as fans, we think about this all week. Can't wait for Sunday to watch the game. Can't wait for Thursday to watch the game. Wait for Monday to watch the game. And to some of these guys, it's just a paycheck. But these are real people. And for them to be dealing with stuff they have to deal with outside those lines in personal and real life, and still able to come out and contribute, just for us for having entertainment on Sunday afternoons, is, you know, we take a lot of stuff for granted. So like I said, big ups to you, Andre Howe, and thank you. I'm glad that you're playing, and I hope you win comeback player of the year. And like the Houston Texans are now back where they belong. Yes, I said it, where they belong. On top of the AFC South, and we need to keep it. We have the Dolphins on Thursday. It's at home. We should get a victory here, hopefully. And man, let's get this rolling. Let's keep this win streak going. We just 0-3 4 weeks ago. Now we're 4-5. I'm sorry. Now we're 4-3. And it's like there's a lot of things to fix with this team. The team is nowhere near perfect. There's a lot of things to fix. But as of right now, I can't say anything because we won 4 straight. And 2 of them are division opponents. Both of them on the road against the team who've been claiming they the kings of the South. Yeah. They kings of the South. Remember, this is the same team now that when they did their schedule, they had everybody in babies. Like everybody was a baby. Like I said, everybody can't win. Everybody can't handle winning. And I've been trying to tell you the clock was gonna strike midnight on Blake Bortles. I don't know what y'all thought. Why y'all thought Blake Bortles was the guy. I don't know why y'all ain't trying to get Bridgewater. Why y'all ain't trying to get Kaepernick. Why y'all weren't trying to draft a quarterback. I don't get what Jacksonville was trying to do. I really don't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But hey, that's the bed y'all chose to lie in. Y'all going to lie in it. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell. Get my videos. I holla.